In India, we have not yet started.
As a matter of fact, there is more progress in the West about integration than in India. India being the mother of all these things, we don't even think about it. Yes. See, America teaches CAM for medical college students. We don't. Because we have an archaic 1952 rule which says modern medicine only should be taught in medical colleges if you want MCI recognition. And today, I started a diploma in Ayurveda for medical doctors when I was a vice chancellor. I wrote to all the commission, said, do you have any objection? Nobody wrote back. I sent a reminder, nobody wrote back. So I started a specific thing, selected 6 students from all over the world. We had a girl from Guy's Hospital Medical School who had done MBBS here. We started the course. And I started an Ayurveda department spending about 20 crores of rupees for the university. Now, the course went on for 1 year. They all passed the first year. It was a 2-year course. Then the Ayurvedic Council of India went to the High Court against me, saying that according to 1948 Punjab High Court judgment that Ayurveda is allopathy, it's not allopathy, you can't be combined. And as, I shouldn't say that, the learned judge, the learned judge said, the argument is correct, what Dr. Hegde is doing is illegal, so the course must be stopped, and each student must be given 50 lakhs compensation. So students went to the Supreme Court on a PIL, said we don't want compensation, we want the degree. So Supreme Court said the PIL is, this thing is, compensation is rolled out. I said I'll teach you people a lesson. Now it was a 2-year course, I only made the syllabus. I said I'll make it 1-year course. They had already passed the 1-year exam. So we gave them the diploma. Then I told them, you will continue here for another 9 months remaining time as interns. So you'll have 2-year training. And these people are wonderful doctors all over the world. Because if you are a medical doctor and then you study Ayurveda, you have an insight into both the sciences. And this is the way India works. I tell you, we don't want progress. Now, Oregon University Medical School, Southern Oregon University, they have called me for a conference 3 months ago, where integration of Ayurveda into modern medicine was to be discussed, and I have to give a keynote address. And very interestingly, I told them I can't come, I have a backache. They said, no, we'll send you a business class ticket, come. So I went for just 2 hours talk all the way to Oregon. And then what happens is, they are so enthusiastic about it. They've already formed a group and they want me to send a good Ayurvedic doctor to advise them. And they have started now translating Charaka Samhita. Mind you, Americans translating Charaka Samhita in an understandable way for Western medicine. Can you believe that? These are things going on there. We are here sitting and talking big things, doing nothing because we still follow the British mindset. 1952 rule, MCI is running on that. Because we want more rules. More rules means more corruption. Less rules means no corruption. If you don't go to the MCI for begging bowl, where is the corruption question? So we don't want progress. Let us at least here, we are not concerned with all that. What we should do is, first thing is, as Bakshi Sahab rightly agrees with me, which is a very nice thing, that humility is our requirement because we don't know our limits. We think we are superpowers. This is the problem. When I was a young doctor one day, this lady taught me all this that I'm doing now, like an ass for the last 45 years, that one lady taught me. She brought her husband dead to the hospital at 2 o'clock in the morning. And my boys called me and said, sir, he is brought dead, but she doesn't believe he can die because he's only 34 years, very healthy, goes for a checkup every day, and then does everything. He's thin, he's running, jumping, everything, but he's died. So I went there at 2 o'clock in the morning. I didn't have my shoe on, I had a chappal. And this lady was rolling in the intensive care unit. And suddenly when she saw me, she held my ankle. I said, so tight, I tell you. She said, doctor, why did my husband die? That moment at 2 o'clock in the morning, I realized what a bloody fool I was. Up until then I said, oh, I know everything, I'm a cardiologist, Harvard, this, London, blah, 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 blah. I said, if she had asked, how did my husband die, I could have given her a big discourse on atherosclerosis, cholesterol, blah, blah. But she said, why did my husband die? Then I said, oh, I don't have a question. I'm a bloody fool. I said, I must know. And when I went out to find out, which took me 45 now years, I found out that positive sciences cannot answer the question why. They can answer only how or how much, not why. A physiologist can say, how does the heart contract? Why does the heart contract? No. It requires teleology, philosophy, spirituality, religion, and what have you. And then I went into all these areas. And that is why I have become an ass. Otherwise I would have been a doctor. So this is exactly what is happening. I tell you what. So we must know ourselves first. If I am a monkey, I accept I am a monkey, I have no problem at all. If somebody says you are a monkey, I am happy. He has known. But supposing I am a monkey and I prevent like a tiger, somebody tells you are a monkey, I get so angry. How did he find out my monkeyness? So we must be, we must be peace with ourselves. Then progress occurs. Science is simply questioning. Science is curiosity. I have definition of science, which I think, because I think, did it. Science is organized curiosity with logical skepticism. You ask a question. Now I know why her husband died. I could tell her because why her husband died. Because her husband had to die. As Chopra Saab very rightly said, if we are not, we are all mortals, remember that. And we are all fallible. Doctors included in that. So nobody is infallible. We are all mortals. If you don't die, this world cannot run. Supposing all those who were born here for all times to come were here, we wouldn't have time to even stand up. Yes, madam.
Sir, I want to, yes, my input on, yes. Well, doctors looking at caring and touching others, we wanted to get the doctors connected with self. All that we are talking here, that's why we introduced yoga into the first year curriculum. Well, yes, I do understand MCI doesn't allow us to do that.
No, MCI finds out next inspection your degree will be removed.
I know, sir.
Because I wanted to introduce this in 2 universities where I am a member of the board, and there is a member from the MCI. He says, Professor Hegde is saying something sensible, but MCI doesn't permit that. Only accepted Western medicine should be taught. Yoga is not accepted Western medicine. Can you believe that? This young girl is in trouble because she is an MBA, she can manage.
Well, I'm actually going to be, post this, I've got a presentation with you where you'd actually see how connecting with self helps. Yeah. Unless the doctor is able to connect with self, connecting with the patients is becoming difficult.
प्रूव किया तो हम सब ये तो डाटा रखते हैं कि हमसे पेशेंट कितने ठीक हुए, लेकिन कितने ठीक नहीं हुए उसका कोई डाटा नहीं होता. सेकंड, हम जब कहते हैं कि रोग अंदर से आते हैं, क्रोध आया तो उनका हार्ट अटैक हुआ, लेकिन हम सारा इलाज तो बाहर से कर रहे हैं. क्या आप डॉक्टर्स जो कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट हैं, क्या आप हम जो लोग मेडिटेशन कराते हैं, आप हमें रेफर क्यों नहीं करते? मैंने कितने डॉक्टरों से कंसल्ट किया कि आप हमें योगा, नेचुरोपैथी और मेडिटेशन के लिए रेफर करें, कोई नहीं करता और हम सिर्फ बातें करते हैं इंटीग्रेशन की.
Yeah, your very pertinent question that you asked. We don't refer because of our egos.
Yes.
Elephantine egos.
हम सिर्फ बातें करते हैं. अगर हम ईगो हटा के काम करें तो I think रोग रहेगा ही नहीं.
Correct. And your first question is wrong. We know how many people are damaged by us. You go to this paper, write down. Is US medicine the best in the world? Paper. Is US medicine the best in the world? Is US medicine, which we follow here verbatim. Is.
Okay.
IS.
और हम में से कितने लोग ऑथेंटिकली काम कर रहे हैं?
एक मिनट.
जस्ट अ मिनट. जब हम आयुर्वेद की बात करते हैं, उसमें से दवा को हटा दीजिए, फिर बताइए आयुर्वेद क्या है. हम सब जगह दवा को क्यों इतने प्रोडक्ट्स आ जाते हैं कि आदमी कंफ्यूज हो जाता है. श्री रविशंकर जी से लेके रामदेव तक सिर्फ दवाएं.
Now you are coming to the politics of that. We are only talking. No, we are only talking about the science of it.
ऑथेंटिकली बात करें कि दिस इज आयुर्वेदा, दिस इज नेचुरोपैथी. बट कितने लोग हैं सर जो वैसे उस तरह से काम कर रहे हैं?
अरे यार, उनका फ्यूनरल है. We can't help it. Now come back to our problems. It is actually the funeral of the Maris. Yes.
You are on the other side of the chair, sir. We as patients go to the doctor. The arrogance, the behavior, the looting is unbelievable. That is one. The other about the homeopathy. Dr. Bakshi has been very kind explaining all of that. Homeopathy also lives with an arrogance that if you are eating my sugar pill, you can't touch anything else. You can ask him. You can't touch, allopathy. You can't touch Ayurveda. You can't even drink your tea. You can't even smell a scent. This is what they say. So the arrogance is total. The doctors must timely start realizing this. That they treat patient as dirt. and they only look at his check.
You are very good. You are very good. Yes, madam.
हमारे पास जो पेशेंट आते हैं ना, वो आयुर्वेदा, एक्यूप्रेशर, एलोपैथी, होम्योपैथी सब जगह से जब बाहर आ जाते हैं, इतनी बड़ी फाइल लेके हमारे पास आते हैं।
हमारे पास भी आते हैं इतने बड़े फाइल लेके। लेकिन क्यों क्या होता है, देखिए लंदन में 19th century में 1823 somebody wrote saying that London doctors of 1823 are a bunch of corrupt, nepotistic, incompetent fools. And then he said, I will teach them science and I'll start a journal which I call as Lancet, the Lancet, knife, so that I cut the pus from they have become an abscess on the human body. This was in 1823 he started Lancet. James Wakeley was his name. Now the journal is 185 years old, very famous, prestigious journal. The present editor, Richard Horton, said, what impact has it made on medical practice? Do you know, they asked a medical historian, Hilary Butler from New Zealand, to do the audit, and she wrote, I don't tell you the whole audit, it's very complicated. What was once a bunch of corrupt, impotent, nepotistic fools has transformed itself into a corporate monstrosity which is killing people by the dozens all over the world. You understand that? Which means the problem is we have taken medicine of all hues and colors to the marketplace, and market forces work on it. What are the market forces? Mandeville, Adam Smith's teacher, wrote, corporate business is making profits irrespective of consequences. I have a tape of a CEO of a hospital talking to his chairman. Chairman tells him, he put it on the what is that called, not silence mode, speaker mode. Chairman says, what's the matter? Last month was 1 crore profit and this month it has come to 90 lakhs, 10 lakhs minus. You know, at this rate your job will be very insecure. This man says, sir, patients are not the same, they'll come up and down. You must adjust it. If they're less, you can do more surgeries. Do some more surgeries, angioplasties, and I'll get the money. So, what is running this world? Money, man, money. Morning I promised to give you a study to say how money is very good. Write down. Failure of scientific medicine, the Innu community study. Innus were an aboriginal race, they had no money, no disease. Now money has come, they are Canadian citizens, they have every disease before the Canadian Caucasians have. Now the last one I said, is US medicine the best in the world? Have you written that? The author's name is Barbara Starfield. Barbara Starfield. And the journal is JAMA. JAMA is a very prestigious journal of the American Medical Association. Year is 2000. Volume 248. Page 483. Please read this. The medical establishment is the leading cause of death in this world. So patients are our king. I always tell my students, a patient can very well survive without doctors, but a doctor cannot survive without patients. Be warned. So you be good to your patients. ठीक है ना?